I have decided I want to do a new thing. As you can see, I'm in my vehicle right now, or maybe you can't see it, but once I start moving some, you should be able to notice it. So I want to start doing some talks in the vehicle, some car vlogs. I actually did a couple the other yesterday. Yeah, it was yesterday. I did a couple of them. And my wife, she says, well, I can tell where you live from your car vlog, so I have to start doing them, start recording at a different place, or edit it out or whatnot. But the fact is, I started talking and it didn't make any sense to edit out yesterday. And I was a little upset about it because there were some things that I said, and this, you know, I wanted them to be captured in the moment, and obviously you can't recreate that. And basically what this is going to be things that I just kind of say in the moment, just random things, random thoughts on my way to work. These are going to be just little small, you know, 10-minute talks. I once again, I said, you know, and I'm working on that. Ideally, what's going to happen is, and I say 10-minute talks because it takes me about 10 minutes to get to work and maybe 10 minutes to get home, but I may just do both of them and edit it all together. I want to use the say uncut, but technically it's not uncut. However, these are going to be unscripted thoughts that just come out of my mind and just give me some randomness that on my way to work and or wherever I'm going. I just kind of want to get something out there and kind of release my thoughts out to the world. Not that that's important or not. And obviously I'll just, like I said, have random talks. Now, I was thinking, and obviously I can't capture the moment again, but I came up with the idea of calling this van vlogs, because I drive this van, this soccer mom van, and as a guy, it's kind of the one benefit that I get from it is I can actually call this van vlogs. Now, the other benefit too, of course, is this van is paid in full. Okay, my dad sold this van to me at a really good deal too. I think this thing's probably valued around $3,000 to $3,500. It's only got about 90,000 miles on it. It works great, and he sold it to me for about $1,500. So if I were to say eventually this van breaks down for whatever reason, I don't know, would I get another van to continue to do van vlogs? And the answer is I don't know. And the reason why I don't know is because I'm literally going to buy the vehicle that makes the most sense economically. That's what it comes down to. So whether that be a car or a van, I don't know. Now, if, say, one day these vlogs become popular for whatever reason, I'm not counting on that, but if they do become popular for whatever reason, then I would justify the cost of buying a van. I would say, hey, you know, I'm getting so many views, and those views equate into so much money, and I'll justify buying another van. But of course, I'll still buy the most economical, reasonably priced van. And also, I think if it became really, really popular, I would buy a big old truck. And then I can have truck talks, which sounds to me so much better than van vlogs. And I don't know if that says something about me or not. But I'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to run into Target real quick. The other day I went and I bought some of those Brock's candy hearts, you know, the ones that are supposed to taste like chalk. And I bought a bag of them, and I said, these don't taste like chalk. Now, I know that's weird, but just for years and years, I've eaten these Brock candy hearts that taste like chalk, and I bought a bag, and it didn't taste like chalk, and I got that, I think, at Walmart. So I'm going to run to Target real quick. I've seen the small boxes. I'm going to try to get a small, like those little, they have these little tiny boxes, and they come in like 8 packs. I'm going to get some of those. I'm going to see if those taste like chalk. I know that sounds weird, but I just want to see. I need some nostalgia, and I'll be right back. Alright, so mission accomplished so far. Let's see how they taste. Because the ones I had the other day, they said Brock's conversation hearts on them, and they were shaped differently, and they all tasted the same. Like it was like a new formula, and those were from Walmart. These are the ones from Target, and last year when I got these, obviously, or every year I get them, I can actually taste the different flavors. Let's see. Yeah, it's a little more chalky. It's got a flavor I typically don't like that much. I like the yellow ones. I don't like the pink ones too much. Yep. They're harder to chew through. They're chalky. Anyways, so I got a couple of boxes of them. Not that big of a deal. So let me get back to what I was saying before. So I'm gonna start doing van vlogs, and I can't remember exactly what I was saying, but and I kind of like the idea of the Truck Talk Tuesday. I like the way that sounds. My wife says, "You're an English major, you like alliteration." So I said, okay, that's fine. I think that's fair, but I think we all like alliteration. I think it sells well. But I want to do something with van vlogs, but there's no days of the week that start in V. But then I thought, you know, I did take some Italian, and I told you I'm awful at foreign language. No, I did not. I don't know if I remember if I edited that out or not. But anyways, I did tell you about that. I never did well in foreign languages, but I do remember that there was a day of the week in Italian that started with V, and it's Friday, and I was thinking, oh, I'm going to do Van Vlog Fridays, but that's VVF. But I want to do VVV. So in Italian Friday, and I hope I say this correctly, it's been a while since I pronounced anything in Italian, but Van Vlog Venerdì. And so I kind of like the way that sounds. So I can start doing Van Vlog Venerdì, and where I can start, well, obviously I think I'll record it before Friday, but I'm hoping maybe on Friday I release a van vlog. So like I was saying, I go to work, about 10 minutes to work, 10 minutes back. Obviously that'll be about 20 minutes of video, but then I edit it out, and it's come down to 15 minutes of video, and I said it's just going to be random things. And right now, the random thing that I'm thinking about is I need to turn my lights on. Anyways, it's kind of a little cloudy outside. So, but anyways, that wasn't what I was thinking about. It just happened to just notice that it's just a little, not dark, but just ideally I'll have my lights on. Anyways, but I was just thinking, I have so much to learn about making videos, whether it be for YouTube or whatever platform. I have so much to learn about making videos, and there's so much growth I have to go through, and it can become a little overwhelming. For example, the other day I filmed myself doing a straight razor shave, and at the end of it, you just couldn't see anything. It was just so bad. I mean, you could tell I was there, but you couldn't see the detail of the straight razor shave. Obviously, I think it would help if my wife or somebody else would have been, you know, holding the camera and operating the camera, because I think it's a little difficult to get those fine details, filming those fine details, such as the hairs on your face. That's not something you can necessarily put on like you can take a camera and put it on a tripod and say, or at least not the camera that I have. You can't necessarily just put that on a tripod and film yourself shaving, the fine details of you shaving. But if somebody were operating the camera, they could control it to a point where they could film me shaving. But long story short, it wasn't just that. The lighting was bad in the bathroom. There was just a lot of things that were just off on the film or the video, and I just scrapped it. It just wasn't any good at all. And I will say this, I have been, before I even started, and I continue to do this, I go on YouTube and I YouTube videos on how to make videos, you know, what's good lighting, what's good sound, so on and so forth, and just kind of get some ideas about it. And there are a lot of people out there that will give you good ideas, practical advice too. Obviously, and what I hear a lot of is get X if you want to do top of the line, and X costs way more money than you can afford right now on your budget. But eventually, if you're good enough and you win the lottery or whatnot, or you get a better job and you can have more disposable income. So, but with that being said, then you get more disposable income, and then you can buy, you know, X or a better model. Then obviously, like I said about the van or the truck or whatnot, if the channel justifies buying a better model, I'll consider buying a better model. And I think the really good channels are the ones that aren't out to get you, are the ones that are telling you you really don't need the better model, but if you're a professional, this is why you would get the better model. So, but unfortunately, there are also, when you kind of look through those channels, it's also sprinkled, and I shouldn't say channels, because when you type in something on YouTube, it's going to give you all sorts of related content as well. And a lot of it is also, this is how you make money on YouTube. And I don't know if I'm pretty sure I've said this before, I'm not focused on making money on YouTube. I'm focused on making better content on YouTube. Now, I will say I think there is a correlation between better content and making money. Obviously, if you are telling a good story, which I think is the most important part of your YouTube channel, and you're being entertaining, then I think you're on the right path. I think that's far more important than saying having good looking content. But I will say a good story plus good looking content is probably better than a good story and bad looking content. So with that being said, there is, like I said, a correlation between the way your content looks and certain things that they are saying. However, right now my focus isn't on making money, or they'll say do this to increase your views, which I think is great, and I appreciate everybody who watches this channel, and I appreciate the fact that I am getting 20 to 30 views a video right now. And a lot of people I've also talked to, by the way, I haven't talked to, but a lot of people I've heard have also said, when I first started, I was only getting 10 views a video. I was only getting 20 views a video. And now they're getting thousands of views a video, or 20, 30,000 views a video. And so I can appreciate that and understand I've got a long way to go. But I'm right now, my thought isn't focusing on how to increase my views in the short term, because at 30 views, even if I double my views, what's going to double my views is not going to be these small tips and tricks. Maybe if I took a small trip and I filmed it, that would increase my views. But for example, they'll say, and I said, like I said, I'm working on that. So, for example, they'll say something like, have a good thumbnail, which is right. I honestly do think having a good thumbnail will obviously help increase your views. That draws the viewer's attention. But I haven't really been focused on making good thumbnails right now, because I don't really think it's going to make that big of a difference. But I do think if you are at that threshold where, say, you were making, if you had, say, 75,000 views and you start using good thumbnails, then maybe you start getting to 100,000 views. So I'm not saying it's bad advice. It's just not practical advice for me right now. I think I need to focus more so on my storytelling, getting comfortable in front of the camera, because I know some people who say, I've heard some YouTubers that say that they may spend hours trying to come up with a good title and make a good thumbnail. And that may make sense for them, because, like I said, they're at that threshold where it's the difference between having an extra 30,000 views or not. And at 30,000 views, it may be worth their time to have the the thumbnail. And I'm not going to get into the idea of how much money they make from YouTube, but as another thought that's probably going to come down the line is the idea that YouTube is just a platform to get yourself out there. It's not about the fact that you make so much ad revenue or revenue from the ads that the sponsors play on YouTube, but you brand yourself and you sell your own products. So if you can get out there to 100,000 people and you get 10,000 people to buy your mug once a year, that's, you know, and you make $2 a mug, that's $20,000 that you've made by selling your mug. I'm just as an example, but that's a whole other talk. And like I said, ultimately right now my focus is going to be on improving the channel, improving myself, growing, and obviously improving the content of the channel. And then eventually down the road, when it makes sense, I will start to try to focus on the little small minor details that may increase my views dramatically. But I mean, and people can disagree with that if they want to. Obviously, I'm not going to ignore something that's easy to do. If it's easy for me to do something that will increase my views dramatically, and I can do that, and it's just part of the process, I'm going to do that. But before I leave, just a small story. When I was younger, I was serving tables. And I think this is related to kind of what I'm saying. I was serving tables, and I was about 21, I think, maybe 20, and I was counting my money. Like, I was counting my tips in the back, because you're excited. You're 20 years old, and you serve tables for a night, and you've made a couple of $100, and that's a lot of money. $200 in a night for a 20-year-old this is back in like 2002, so that's a decent amount of money. And plus you're living at home, that's a lot of disposable income there. And you get excited and you're counting your money. And one of the other senior servers comes up to me and he says, stop counting your money. You need to focus on your job and doing what's right. You're going to make money as long as you focus on what you're supposed to do. So what I'm getting at, and this isn't about whether or not I make money on YouTube, but what I'm going to get at is, I think I'm not going to focus on necessarily getting money or making more views. I'm going to focus on doing what's right and filming things properly and making better content, and that should eventually lead to more views and more people watching it. Or I could just start putting my daughter in the videos, because apparently she is a big hit, and she's cute as can be, and obviously that's probably all I need to do, and I can just show her face and just talk, and I think more people would probably watch those videos, because obviously she's just, I mean, golly, she's so stinking cute. And maybe that's what I'll do, and I'll forget everything I said about focusing on the content and all that, and that's all there is to it for now. So y'all have a good one.